sports. It's in the game.
It's week 8 of the National Football League, and we're watching the Snowhawks, field-stretching tight end. Always staying busy, he's your league leader in receiving yards. It's the Snowhawks and the Texans. Next,
we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Now a give, right side, Diggs, and there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Stroud. A quick throw there is incomplete. Look at this defense. They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. And Stroud now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And I think if you ask most folks to give you their first half MVP, very likely they're going to say it's this man right here. The NFL's leader in touchdown passes to this point in the season. Still 2 months to go, but if he can keep going at the pace he's at, this is going to be a dangerous team come January, and he could very well walk away with the MVP.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hoffman.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Right back to him on first down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. The numbers for him from a week ago: 12 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive: establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, San Antonio in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. They'll try and run for it. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. I think that's a good example of why they've been successful this year. They're fearless on any down.
And it's interesting that this year I asked an NFL head coach about being fearless and going for it on 4th down, and he said, people have to understand, there's fearless.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Snowhawks are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Texans offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Able to power through. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 30. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Back to throw again. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get this down to the 10. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's 2nd and 8. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Forced out to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Stroud off the play fake. And he's going to go down again. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll kick it off with a good one in the NFC West. LA heading north to take on Seattle. And it's the Rams who are out in front in that one. The Rams trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, let's head down to Nevada to check in on the Raiders in Las Vegas. And they lead the visiting LA Chargers at halftime. The Raiders locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. 17-11 was your final. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Snowhawks offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the Texans' 14-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Snowhawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
They still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Throwing now is Stroud.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
First down, Texans.
On 1st down, Diggs.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Stroud out of the gun here.
He finds his man, complete. It's Young. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a handoff up the middle. Diggs, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Final minute now in the 3rd quarter. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Stroud working out of the gun.
It's complete to Diggs. And the ball is knocked out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the...
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
You've got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position, and he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check, and they're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter play. Back now in San Antonio, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game.
This offense so far on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Texans offense and C.J. Stroud getting ready for this next drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Stroud.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. To the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Diggs, and he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
And Walker has it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Stroud looking to throw.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
Stroud to throw it.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
Now Stroud.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stroud.
He finds his man, complete. It's Young.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Stroud.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And on now is the punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. This is 1st and 10. Now Stroud. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Stroud to throw it.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he will get to the sideline here, but that a minimal gain at best. 3 yards, possibly 4. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Here's Stroud. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So plenty of smiles for the folks here.